Bath is a city in the ceremonial county of Somerset, England, known for and named after its Roman built baths. The city became a World Heritage Site in 1987 and was later added to the transnational World Heritage Site known as the Great Spa Towns of Europe in 2021. Bath is also the largest city and settlement in Somerset. In the 17th century, claims were made for the curative properties of water from the springs, and Bath became popular as a spa town in the Georgian era. Georgian architecture crafted from Bath stone includes the Royal Crescent, Circus, Pump Room, and the Assembly Rooms where Bonash presided over the city's social life from 1705 until his death in 1761. Many of the streets and squares were laid out by John Wood the Elder, and in the 18th century the city became fashionable and the population grew. Jane Austen lived in Bath in the early 19th century. Further building was undertaken in the 19th century and following the Bath Blitz in World War II. Bath became part of the county of Avon in 1974 and following Avon's abolition in 1996 has been the principal center of Bath and Northeast Somerset. You must know that Bath has over 6 million yearly visitors. Really, it has over 6 million yearly visitors, making it one of 10 English cities visited most by overseas tourists. Attractions include the spas, canal boat tours, Royal Crescent, Bath Skyline, Parade Gardens, and Royal Victoria Park, which hosts carnivals and seasonal events. Shopping area includes Southgate Shopping Centre, the Corridor Arcade, and artisan shops at Walcott, Milsom Stall, and York Streets. There are theatres, including the Theatre Royal, as well as several museums, including the Museum of Bath Architecture, the Victoria Art Gallery, the Museum of East Asian Art, and Herschel Museum of Astronomy, Fashion Museum, and Holborn Museum. The city has two universities, the Universities of Bath and the University Spa, with Bath College providing further education. Sporting clubs from the city include Bath Rugby and Bath City. There are many Roman archaeological sites throughout the central area of the city. The baths themselves are about 6 meters below the present city street level. Around the hot springs, Roman foundations, pillar bases, the bath can still be seen. However, all the stonework above the level of the baths is from more recent periods. Bath Abbey was the Norman church built on earlier foundations. The present building dates from the early 16th century. Most buildings in Bath are made from the local golden colored Bath stone, and many date from the 18th and 19th century. The dominant style of architecture in central Bath is Georgian. This style evolved from the Palladian revival style that became popular in the early 18th century. Many of the prominent architectures of the day were employed in the development of the city. The original purpose of much of Bath's architecture is concealed by the honey-colored classic facade in an era before the advent of the luxury hotel. These apparently elegant residences were frequently purpose-built lodging houses where visitors could hire a room, a floor, or an entire house for the duration of their visit and be waited on by the house's communal servants. The masonries of Bath were prominent in the city from 1770 to 1860s. The most spectacular, the Bath's Terrace, is the Royal Crescent, built between 1767 and 1774 and designed by the younger John Wood. Wood designed the great curved facade of what appear to be about 30 houses with Ionic columns on a rusticated ground floor, but that was the extent of his input. Each purchaser bought a certain length of the facade and then employed their own architect to build a house to their own specifications behind it. Hence, what appears to be two houses is in some cases just one. This system of town planning is betrayed at the rear of the crescent, while the front is completely uniform and symmetrical. The rear is the mixture of different roof heights. The heart of the Georgian city was the pump room, which together with the associate lawyer assembly room was designed by Thomas Baldwin, a local builder responsible for many other buildings in the city, including the terrace in Arglay Street and the Guildhall. Baldwin rose rapidly, becoming a leader of Bath architectural history. In 2021, Bath received its second UNESCO World Heritage inscription, becoming part of a group of 11 spa towns across 7 countries that were listed by UNESCO as the Great Spa of Europe.